Hello there everybody, Zach here from 71D Productions. You join me back on the layout. I haven't been active for a couple of weeks, I do apologise. But anyway, I am back, and today we will be looking at the Master Cutler boxed set, which is one of Hornby's sort of, back in the day, I guess you'd say their premium products, I guess. It came with 2 loops of track, a HM2000 controller. Of course, I won't show all of that, but the box is just up there. You can see the box is humongous for it. But anyway, so yeah, this is the pack. So let's take a closer look at the Locomotive to start things off. So starting off sideways, one of the main things to talk about straight away is a lack of die cast on this. The only things which are metal on this Loco is the valve gear, the outside of the wheels, the handrails are die cast, I believe. And then, I don't know what you call this, reversing gear maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know about the A3s that much. But yeah, we do have sprung buffers, which is basically bottom standard. You need those essentially on a product which costed this much money. If anyone's not, I bought this for around £250. So yeah, anyway, just taking a closer look along the side of the body. You can see all the pipe work has been done, but as this is the older A3 tooling, it is just all done moulded to the body, which is quite disappointing, to be honest. We've got the builder's plate on the side of the Locomotive as well. Honestly, one of my favourite things about the Locomotive is the livery. It's in the Express Passenger Blue, which is a fantastic livery. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. And we can see the nameplate here. The Locomotive is, if it will focus for me, Prince Palatine, which I believe is a racehorse. I don't do horsing, so yeah. The lining on the boiler does look really, really nice from a close-up point of view. It's well applied, it's crisp, it doesn't go off to the side or anything. It's really nicely done. And moving along, the reversing gear, I believe actually might be that. But we've got the handrails, riveting done nicely, everything in place as it should be. Back along the side, we have got riveting detailing on the cylinder block and on the superheater, because of course this is an A3, so it would have had a superheater. Coming around to the front of the Locomotive, there is some really nice detailing. We've got separately fitted smoke box dart, we've got coupling hooks fitted, I believe that was defaultly done. Of course, brake pipe, lamp irons. By zooming in, I don't know if this will focus for me, but it's going to focus on the O4 in the background, I reckon. Yeah. But we do have the A3 classification on the bottom, just there in white. And if I bring the camera around a little bit, just behind that buffer there is also where the Loco was built, which was Doncaster, of course. Yeah, here's a better look at that. If I go into closest possible, yeah, you can see you've got A3 and Doncaster just down the buffer beam. There is no smoke box shed allocation, because of course this is very early BR days and I don't think that was a thing back then. Along the top, once again, the lining is a bit poor around here, and that's because there's a parting line. Right along there, there's a parting line. You can see it, it does pick up, and it's really, really poor. It just boggles my mind. Just update the tooling. Well, of course Hornby did, but it's completely overpriced. We do have little details on top of the banjo dome. Some A3s were fitted with it, and Prince Palatine was one of them. So, moving along, just along the top of the boiler you can get a better look in at all the detailing. And of course separately fitted valve gear and whistle, which is very, very good. Now we've got the vents on the top that do open up and close respectively, with a little bit of griping from time to time. There's also really nice detailing. We've got the wind deflectors fitted. That one is a little bit crooked, but that's alright. We've got the number, all the lining is really nice on the side, and the RA9 route availability classification as well. Detailing on this top section of the tender is really intricate. You've got another builder's plate, I'd assume. All this, I guess, railing along here is really nicely done. Separately fitted handrails, cab doors, all here. Running board is a bit dusty. That is my bad. Just taking the tender off. Cab detailing is really nice. You've got detailing on the firebox doors, all gauges, levers, all picked out really nicely. A lot of detail and effort is put into the cab, and I think that is really respectable by Hornby, but there are some areas which detail should have been focused on as well, as I have pointed out earlier. But cab detailing is really nicely done. You've even got painted handbrake right there, so that is really nicely done. Even on the inside of the tender, there's still more detailing, all text picked out, separately fitted handrails, all detailing done nicely. Yeah, it's really well done on this Loco. Everything on the tender is picked out really nicely. The rear of the tender is really nicely done as well with sprung buffers. The coupling hook isn't fitted to the rear, so I don't know if that's something when I bought it second hand somebody had fitted it to the front, but I can't be too sure. But of course we do have the sprung buffers. These types of sprung buffers are a lot nicer to on some Hornby Locos, like my TTS Flying Scotsman. They're not as metallic and they're a little more dull, which is really nice. I do prefer that to the really shiny effect that they give off. But of course you've got brake pipe, lamp irons all done. Moving along, the water filler cap is there as well, and it's got some nice detailing on the top as well. So overall detailing is a really mixed bag on this Loco, and now we'll move on to the coaches. The coaches have some really redeeming details which the A3 does lack, which is good. The corridors are really nicely done. There are a few bits of information, few and far between. The buffers on these are really odd. They're not quite ovals, they're not quite circles, they're almost semicircles, but they are sprung, which is fantastic. On the top we've got, I don't know what these are called, but they're sort of like clips, I guess, like something. But anyway, those are metal. Those are metal, and they almost look like paper clips that have just been stuck in there for a laugh, which is interesting. But we've got all the detail on the top as well, which is really nicely done. The sides of the coaches are somewhat nicely done. The door handles are painted, but they are not separately fitted. They are part of the mould. But inside the coach, there's individual compartments, which is a really nice touch. And you've got the corridor down the middle, but yeah, all the individual compartments. We've got the master Cutler headboards fitted as well. I think that's default. The first class coach is near enough the same. And then the brake coach on the rear does have a few additional detailing areas. Of course, the guards area, separately fitted handrails, all really nicely done. So the coaches are decently detailed as well, but still room for improvement, unfortunately. Okay, now it's time for that crucial slow speed test. But as a high speed Loco, you could say, oh, it's irrelevant, but still it's good to test. So this is a little bit of power. I will just zoom in quickly. It's definitely moving, and I say that. Oh no, it's alive. It's not a bad crawl, but I'm picking it up on the camera. There are definitely a few teeny weeny stutters. I'll just bump the speed up a little bit. Yeah, it's not too bad. And I'll put her back to our slower speed in reverse. Yeah, not bad. Inching, not many stutters in reverse, not too many. It's not a bad crawl. Not bad at all. It is a slightly older tooling A3, so that is not a bad crawl for its age. Yep, it's just Well, it starts and stops. Not a huge bother. Right, now let's send her back to get our coaches, and I'll get the other loco up and running, which you may have seen a couple of times throughout the video already. We will have the 04 joining the session at some point as well. The B12 is also out somewhere on the layout, but unfortunately it is waiting a motor replacement, so it's just there to look pretty. I think I've got them, but I may have coupled it on a curve, so... Oh no, she's got them. I'm just quickly checking the point work to make sure I haven't messed anything up, and yep, we're all good. We are away. There's the B12 and there's a loco, which is pretty well known. So it needs no introduction really, but we'll get her going as well. And she's just got a few coaches. I believe she's got one Mark II. Oh no, she's got a blue and grey Mark I, a buffet, and a crimson cream on the back, just to spice things up a little bit. And off she goes. Let's give her a little bit more. Whilst the locos are going around, oh my god, Flying Scotsman's loud. I will talk about this little area right here where the 04 is sitting. This will become the second station for the branch line, which... I hate when my controller does that. Anyway, on with the running session. Yeah, for some reason my controller just randomly spadunks, but no worries. That's better. So this area will become the depot and the yard. There's a few points already starting to take shape here. Once again, my granddad's done all this because I can't do track work for my life. Anyway, so that's all taking shape really nicely, but a few sidings will sprue off there, then depot over there, a few carriage sidings over there too, so there'll be a lot going on in the yards and I can't wait to do shunting in there. I do like shunting, and hopefully it'll just add a bit more atmosphere to when I start doing running videos again. Okay, let's get them completing their last lap. Then I'll slow down the 04 first when it comes around. It takes its time. It's a funny loco. Like, the driving wheels just don't want to work together, so it does take its time when it's running around the layout. But still, it's a good loco. And it stops awfully suddenly. You can see that's 1 bar of power. It just shoots off like a rocket. So I do probably need to turn that down in CV settings or something. And we'll bring around Prince Palatine and the Master Cutler then. Yeah, slowing down on this loco is really awkward. You either have to do it immediately or just really, really gradually. So overall, this is a pretty decent pack. I mean, it's great for collectors and all, but if you are somebody who maybe doesn't have a lot of money to spend, then I wouldn't recommend it unless you are a collector or something like that. I don't know. I guess you could say I'm a collector, I just buy whatever I like, really. So, yeah, it's a nice pack to have. You can get an extension for it with the rest of the coaches. That would be nice to have, but I don't really have the scale to work on. But anyway, if you can pick one of these up for a decent price, I do recommend it. It does come with a great deal, and it's great to get you started, I guess, is a decent way of putting it. Honestly, in comparison with other starter sets right now, this probably is decent because you do get the HM2000 controller, which of course can control 2 locos at once. And you also do get 2 full loops of track, a nice loco, 3 coaches. The A3 is a decent loco, and of course it does look very striking, as does anything in Express Passenger Blue. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you would like to see more, make sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you can see when I do post as soon as possible. And make sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.